Okay. Okay. So, I have a book. It is the complete poems of Emily Dickinson. She thick. Sorry, I just hit the mic. This is probably not great. Anyways, I started reading it, and I read some of it aloud to my little sister, and I was like, oh, this is good. This is good for me emotionally. And I guess I thought maybe someone else might appreciate that. For some context, I bought this because I was dating this guy in college who was like too good for me, honestly. And he had very high standards, and he thought that I met those standards, and I was like, really? So that didn't work out very well. But he was really into like philosophy and poetry and stuff. It was very cool. And so he asked me who my favorite poets were, and I was like, I don't know. But what I actually said was Emily Dickinson and Walt Whitman, because I remembered those from like literature class in high school. You know, there's some good stuff in there. So now I own this, and I've never read it. Like, I started it a couple days ago, like I said, but like only a little bit. And there's a lot there's a lot in here, and it's probably all good. I mean it's Emily Dickinson. She good. I also have Leaves of Grass, but we'll get there when we get there, I'm sure. So hopefully my Twitch is still set up so that it records some of my videos and I have them later. But if it doesn't, then oh well, I will read into the void. And let's do it. So, right, these poems don't have names. I'm just going to start from the beginning. So these should be in chronological order. I read the intro to the book where it talks a little bit about like when she wrote some stuff and how she got published, and mostly not until after her death, because, you know, that's how it works when you're good at stuff. You never get appreciated. It's very sad. And then it got, you know, edited and published in little pamphlets, little books. All right. But yeah, as far as they can tell, this is like about the order that she wrote them in, and like it has dates. I'll tell you, this first one doesn't have the date, the year, not date, the year. That's about as accurate as I can get that she wrote it in. It's a long one, so let's get into it. I know you can see me bending the book like that. I'm sorry. There's not very many good ways to hold it. Sorry for sniffing also, I just do that. Awake ye muses nine, sing me a strain divine, unwind the solemn twine, and tie my valentine. Oh, the earth was made for lovers, for damsel and hopeless swain, for sighing and gentle whispering, and unity made of twain. All good things do go according, in earth or sea or air. God hath made nothing single but thee in his world so fair. The bride, and then the bridegroom, then two, and then the one, Adam and Eve his consort, the moon and then the sun. The life doth prove the precept, who obey shall happy be. Who will not serve the sovereign, be hanged on fatal tree. The high do seek the lowly, the great do seek the small. None can find who seeketh on this terrestrial ball. The bee doth court the flower his suit receives, and they make merry wedding, on whose guests are 100 leaves. The wind doth woo the branches they are one, and the father doth demandeth the maiden for his son. The storm doth walk the seashore, humming a mournful tune. The wave with eye so pensive looketh to see the moon. Their spirits meet together, they make them solemn vows. No more he singeth mournful, her sadness she doth lose. The worm doth woo the mortal, death claims a living bride. Night unto day is married, morn unto eventide. Earth is a merry damsel, and heaven a knight so true, and earth is quite coquettish, and beseemeth in vain to sue. Now to the application, to the reading of the roll, to bringing thee to justice, and marshalling thy soul. Thou art a human solo, a being cold and lone, wilt have no kind companion, thou reap'st what thou hast sown. Hast never silent hours, and minutes all too long, and a deal of sad reflection, and wailing instead of song. Oh boy, page turn. There's Sarah, and Eliza, and Emmeline so fair, and Harriet, and Susan, and she with curling hair. Thine eyes are sadly blinded, but yet thou mayest see 6 true and comely maidens sitting upon the tree. Approach that tree with caution, then up it boldly climb, and seize the one thou lov'st, nor care for space or time. Then bear her to the greenwood, and build for her a bower, and give her what she asketh, jewel or bird or flower, and bring the fife and trumpet, and beat upon the drum, and bid the world good morrow, and go to glory home. So that's it. That's the first one. That's honestly pretty long for Emily Dickinson. Well, there's some longer poems in here. It's just like that one had longer phrases. Most of them are like, you can see what I'm saying. I don't know what's happening in that one. I like it. I bet I could know what's happening in it. It doesn't seem too complicated. It's very pretty. I'm not going to pronounce all of these words right. She says a lot of words. I'm gonna stumble a little bit. I think I mentioned that I'm not gonna be good at this. We're just doing this for fun. It's for fun, guys. It's for fun. So here's 2. We know that, or they have this one dated as being written in 1850. So these don't have titles. They have them numbered 1, 2, 3. But normally when you talk about an Emily Dickinson poem, you just title it as the first line of the poem. I wonder how long it'll take to get to some that I know. I know Exhilaration is the Breeze. I sang that was in my choir. We had a little, I think in middle school, we had a piece that had the lyrics as that poem. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, number 2. There is another sky, ever serene and fair, and there is another sunshine, though it be darkness there. Never mind faded forests, Austin, never mind silent fields. Here is a little forest, whose leaf is ever green. Here is a brighter garden, whose not a frost has been, where not a frost has been. In its unfading flowers I hear the bright bee hum, Prithee, my brother, into my garden come. Number 3. Is this Latin? Oh boy. Sorry. Sic transits gloria mundi, how doth the busy bee, dum visvimus vivamus, I stay mine enemy. O veni, vidi, vici, o caput cap pai, and o memento mori. I know that one. Sorry, I interrupted the poem. That means remember that you'll die, in case any of you didn't know that. I bet you did. But and oh, memento mori, and it's okay. And oh, memento mori, when I am far from thee. Hurrah for Peter Parley, hurrah for Daniel Boone. 3 cheers, sir, for the gentleman who first observed the moon. Peter, put up the sunshine. Patti, arrange the stars. Tell Luna, tea is waiting, and call your brother Mars. Put down the apple, Adam, and come away with me. And shalt thou have a pippin off my father's tree? I climb the hill of science. I view the landscape o'er. Such transcendental prospect I ne'er beheld before. Unto the legislature my country bids me go, and I'll take my India rubbers in case the wind should blow. During my education it was announced to me that gravitation stumbling fell from an apple tree. The earth upon its axis was once supposed to turn by way of a gymnastic in honor of the sun. It was the brave Columbus, a-sailing o'er the tide, who notified the nations of where I would reside. Mortality is fatal. Gentility is fine, rascality heroic, insolvency sublime. Our fathers, being weary, laid down on Bunker Hill, and though full many a morning, yet they are sleeping still. The trumpets, sir, shall wake them. In dreams I see them rise, each with a solemn musket a-marching to the skies. A coward will remain, sir, until the fight is done, but an immortal hero will take his hat and run. Goodbye, sir, I am going, my country calleth me. Allow me, sir, at parting, to wipe my weeping ee. In token of our friendship, accept this bonny dun, bonny dune, and when the hand that plucked it hath passed beyond the moon, the memory of my ashes will consolation be. Then farewell, Tuska or and farewell, sir, to thee. So we got that. It's all is America. Great. Also, Christopher Columbus was in this, so like, but oh, I should probably have known all that Latin. It's probably all like really well-known stuff. Oh well, that was only the beginning. We'll forget. We'll forget the Latin. So 4. This one is from 1852. Am I? Yes. So yeah, we've had like a poem a year so far. On this wondrous sea, sailing silently, ho, pilot, ho! Knowest thou the shore, where no breakers roar, where the storm is o'er? In the peaceful west, many the sails are at rest, the anchors fast, thither I pilot thee, land ho, eternity, ashore at last. 1853, here we have number 5. I have a bird in spring, which for myself doth sing, the spring decoys, and as the summer nears, and as the rose appears, Robin is gone. Yet do I not repine, knowing that bird of mine, though flown, learneth beyond the sea melody new for me, and will return. Fast in a safer hand, held in a truer land are mine, and though they now depart, tell I my doubting heart, they're thine. In a serener bright, in a more golden light, I see each little doubt and fear, each little discord here removed. Then I will not repine, knowing that bird of mine, though flown, shall in a distant tree bright melody from me return. See that one I got. That's good. That's nice. You know, it all comes back to you. If you love something, let it go. Emily Dickinson is ahead of her time. I'm telling you. Okay, 1854, we've got number 6 here. Frequently the woods are pink, frequently are brown, frequently the hills undress behind my native town. Oft a head is crested, as I was wont to see, and as oft a granary where it used to be. And the earth, they tell me, on its axis turned, wonderful rotation, but by 12 performed. So this seasons, 12 seasons, because that's when the earth rotates after 12 or months, not seasons, months, but you know what a lot of these are going to be about seasons. She likes a season. I should not be doing commentary. I don't know anything. 1858, that's a 4-year gap. So sometimes inspiration takes a little bit. This is poem number 7. My back hurts because I don't have a good setup here. The feet of people walking home with gayer sandals go, the crocus till she rises, the vassal of the snow, the lips at hallelujah long years of practice bore, till by and by these bargemen walk singing on the shore. Pearls are the divers' farthings, extorted from the sea, pinions the seraph's wagon, pedestrian once as we. Night is the morning's canvas, larceny, legacy, death but our rapt attention to immortality. My figures fail to tell me how far the village lies, whose peasants are the angels, whose cantons dot the skies. My classics veil their faces, my faith that dark adores, which from its solemn abbeys such resurrection pours. Okay, so we've got quite a strain in 1858 here. She's on it now. This is number 8. There is a word which bears a sword, can pierce an armed man, It hurls its barbed syllables and is mute again. But where it fell, the saved will tell on patriotic day. Some Ippolited brother gave his breath away. Wherever runs the breathless sun, wherever roams the day, there it is its noiseless onset, there is its victory. Behold the keenest marksman, the most accomplished shot. Time's sublimest target is a soul forgot. Oh, can't turn the page. Number 9. Through lane it lay, through bramble, through clearing and through wood, banditti often passed us upon the lonely wood. The wolf came peering curious, the owl looked puzzled down, the serpent's satin figure glid stealthily along. The tempest touched our garments, the lightning's poignards gleamed. Fierce from the crag above us, the hungry vulture screamed. The satyr's fingers beckoned, the valley murmured, "Come." These were the mates, this was the road, these children fluttered home. See, that makes me feel warm. That's, like even when I don't get it, the poetry is obviously good. Like, not even just that it's, like, good or whatever. Like, I can tell that it's making me feel something, which is, like, part of why I wanted to do this. Like, even though I obviously don't know anything about this and I'm not good at it, like it still is affecting even when you don't really get it. That's what that boyfriend of mine used to say. That, like, it doesn't really matter if you get the poetry or not, you're still getting something out of it. Oh, hello. Did my mom just call me? Hi. I thought I heard a phone ringing. I didn't mean to call you. Did you call me? No, I must be. Yeah, I'm downstairs. I'm trying to stream on the internet right now. I don't know if it's working though. But so I'm gonna hang up. I think I just sat on my thing maybe and it called you. I don't know. I have no idea how that happened. Okay, I'll talk to you later. I love you. Bye-bye. Well, that was awkward. So back to this. Number 10. My wheel is in the dark. I cannot see a spoke, yet know its dripping feet go round and round. My foot is on the tide, an unfrequented road, yet have all roads a clearing at the end. Some have resigned the loom, some in the busy tomb find quaint employ. Some with new, stately feet pass royal through the gate, flinging the problem back at you and I. And 11. I never told the berry gold upon the hill that lies. I saw the sun, his plunder done, crouch low to guard his prize. He stood as near as stood you here, a pace had been between. But did but a snake bisect the brake, my life had forfeit been. That was a wondrous booty, I hoped 'twas honest gained. Those were the fairest ingots that ever kissed the spade. Whether to keep the secret, whether to reveal, whether as I ponder, kid will sudden sail. Could a shrewd advise me, we might e'en divide. Should a shrewd betray me, Atropos decide. Atropos something. Can I get a shirt that says that was a wondrous booty, Emily Dickinson? Moving on, number 12. The morns are meeker than they were, the nuts are getting brown, the berry's cheek is plumper, the rose is out of town. The maple wears a gayer scarf, the field a scarlet gown. Lest I should be old-fashioned, I'll put a trinket on. See, I like that. Like, that's very simple. Like, it's spring, so I want to dress fancy so I can match the, I like personification poems, like the idea that the entirety of nature is fancying herself up. I don't know. Anyways, number 13. Sleep is supposed to be, by souls of sanity, the shutting of the eye. Sleep is the station grand, down which, on either hand, the hosts of witness stand. Morn is supposed to be, by people of degree, the breaking of the day. Morning has not occurred. That shall aurora be, east of eternity, one with the banner gay, one in the red array, that is the break of day. Oh boy, this next one's good. Number 14. One sister have I in our house, and one a hedge away. There's only one recorded, but both belong to me. One came the road that I came, and wore my last year's gown. The other, as a bird her nest, builded our hearts among. She did not sing as we did, it was a different tune. Herself to her our music, as bumblebee of June. Today is far from childhood, but up and down the hills I held her hand the tighter, which shortened all the miles. And still her hum, the years among, deceives the butterfly. Still in her eye the violets lie, mouldered this many May. I split the dew, but took the morn. I chose this single star from out the wide night's numbers. Sue, forevermore. John Mulaney voice. I think Emily Dickinson's a lesbian. Number 15. The guest is gold and crimson, an opal guest and grey, of ermine is his doublet, his capuchin gay. He reaches down at nightfall, he stops at every door. Who looks for him at morning? I pray him to explore the lark's pure territory, or the lapwing's shore. Okay, number 16. I would distill a cup and bear to all my friends, drinking to her no more a stir, by beck or burn or moor. 17. Baffled for just a day or two, embarrassed, not afraid, encounter in my garden an unexpected maid. She beckons and the woods start, she nods and all begin. Surely such a country I was never in. Number 18. The Ganetian weaves her fringes, the maple's loom is red, my departing blossoms obviate parade. A brief but patient illness, an hour to prepare, and one below this morning is where the angels are. It was a short procession, the bobolink was there, an aged bee addressed us, and then we knelt in prayer. We trust that she was willing, we ask that we may be, summer, sister, seraph, let us go with thee. In the name of the bee, and of the butterfly, and of the breeze, amen. Number 19. A sepal, petal, and a thorn, upon a common summer's morn, a flask of dew, a bee or two, a breeze, a caper in the trees, and I'm a rose. 20. Distrustful of the Ganetian, unjust to turn away, the fluttering of her fingers, child, my perfidy, weary for my blank. I can't. Okay, so Emily Dickinson, she likes to use little artsy things. I don't know what you would call, but anyways, she uses dashes as like a little bit of melody, a little bit of timing kind of thing. And she likes italics. She likes random pronunciation, random capitalization. Can't think of words when I'm trying to do this, but so I don't know. I wanted to show you because like this book is supposed to be all of her poems, even the ones that weren't published before, and like even the ones that she had different options for, like that weren't totally done. So I'm wondering, because rhythmically it seems like there should be a word here, and I think that that's just like a dash because we don't know what goes there. You know what I mean? Rather than like one of her things that she does on purpose. So let's just start that over and I'll just like leave that. Okay. Distrustful of the Ganetian and just to turn away, the fluttering of her fringes chide my perfidy. Weary for my I will sing and go. I shall not feel the sleet then, I shall not fear the snow. Flees so the phantom meadow before the breathless bee, so bubble brooks and deserts on ears that dying lie. Burn so the evening spires to eyes that closing go, hangs so distant heaven to a hand below. Number 21. We lose because we win. Gamblers, recollecting which, toss their dice again. Short, sweet, simple. I get it. It's good. It's a nice little poem. Number 22. I don't know why I'm trying to like judge Emily Dickinson's poetry. Like I could do better. Okay. All these my banners be, I sow my pageantry in May. It rises train by train, then sleeps in state again, my chancel all the plain today. To lose if one can find again, to miss if one shall meet. The burglar cannot rob then, the brooker cannot cheat. So build the hillocks gaily, thou little spade of mine, leaving nooks for daisy and for columbine. You and I the secret of the crocus know. Let us chant it softly, there is no more snow. To him who keeps an orchis heart, the swamps are pink with June. God, I wish there was no more snow. Like, okay, here where I live, we should be done, but it snowed like 2 days ago. It is ridiculous. Can it be spring now? I'm feeling you, Emily. We need some spring. Spring's very good. Yeah. This, okay, like, we're still in the ones that I, like, already read. This one's good. Okay, number 23. I had a guinea golden, I lost it in the sand, and though the sum was simple, and pounds were in the land, still had it such a value unto my frugal eye, that when I could not find it, I sat me down to sigh. I had a crimson robin, who sang full many a day, but when the woods were painted, he too did fly away. Time brought me other robins, their ballads were the same, still for my missing troubadour I kept the house at hame. I had a star in heaven, when Pleiad was its name, and when I was not heeding it wandered from the same. And though the skies are crowded and all the night is shine, I do not care about it, since none of them are mine. My story has a moral. I have a missing friend. Pleiad its name, and Robin, and getting in the sand. And when this mournful ditty accompanied with tear shall meet the eye of traitor in country far from here, grant that repentance solemn may seize upon his mind, and he no consolation beneath the sun may find. So, so you've got, like, okay, I don't know why I'm trying to, like, assess poetry when that is not my job, but, just, like, the three, mirroring verses, and then the last verse, bringing them all up, that plead its name and Robin and Guinea in the sand, like, that line really got me the first time. I was like, oh, listen to that rhythm, and, like, bring them all up perfect. Oh man, she's good. Anyways, and, like, I thought it was gonna be, like, mournful, like, sad, like, I'm missing my friend, but then she's like, actually, he's a traitor, and and he should feel bad about it forever. I cannot believe he left me. And, like, that's valid, my girl. Okay. Number 24. There is a morn by men unseen, whose maids upon remoter green keep their seraphic May, and all day long with dance and game and gambol I may never name employ their holiday. Here to light measure move the feet, which walk no more the village street, nor by the wood are found. Here are the birds that sought the sun, when last year's distaff idle hung, and summer's back brows were bound. Ne'er saw I such a wondrous scene, ne'er such a ring on such a green, nor so serene a ray, as if the stars some summer night should swing their cups of chrysolite and revel till the day. Like thee to dance, like thee to sing, people upon the mystic green, I ask each new May morn. I wait thy far fantastic bells announcing me in other dells unto the different dawn. Okay. 25. She slept beneath a tree, remembered by but me. I touched her cradle mute. She recognized a foot, put on her carmine suit, and see. 26. It's all I have to bring today, this and my heart beside, this and my heart and all the fields and all the meadows wide. Be sure you count, should I forget. Someone the sum could tell. This and my heart and all the bees which in the clover dwell. I think it's funny how she has so many bees in these poems. I don't know. Like, it just feels like bees feel weird to bring up in poetry. They're just, like, cute. I don't know. Number 27. Morns like these we parted. Noons like these she rose, fluttering first, then firmer to her fair repose. Never did she lisp it was not for me. She was mute from transport, I from agony. Till, the evening nearing, one the curtains drew, quick, a sharper rustling, and this the lint flew. 28. So as a daisy vanished from the fields today, so tiptoed many a slipper to paradise away. Oozed so in crimson bubbles, day's departing tide, blooming, tripping, flowing. Are ye then with God? 29. If those I loved were lost, the crier's voice would tell me. If those I loved were found, the bells of Ghent would ring. Did those I loved repose, the daisy would impel me. Philip, when bewildered, bore his riddle in. 30. Adrift, a little boat adrift, and night is coming down. Will no one guide a little boat unto the nearest town? So sailors say on yesterday, just as the dusk was brown, one little boat gave up its strife and gurgled down and down. So angels say on yesterday, just as the dawn was red, one little boat, o'erspent with gales, retrimmed its mast, redecked its sails, and shot exultant on. 31. Summer for thee, grant I may be, when summer days are flown, the music still when whippoorwill and oriole are done. For thee to bloom I'll skip the tomb and row my blossoms o'er. Pray gather me, anemone, thy flower forevermore. 32. When roses cease to bloom, sir, and violets are done, when bumblebees in solemn flight have passed beyond the sun, the hand that paused to gather upon this summer's day will idle lie in auburn, then take my flowers, pray. Okay, maybe that's it. Like, for some reason, the word bee is funny, and the word bumblebee is like, you know, like what you expect to see. I don't know, just like being like bees. There's bees in these poems. This book is full of bees. Number 33. If recollecting were forgetting, then I remember not. And if forgetting recollecting, how near I had forgot. And if to miss were merry, and to mourn were gay, how very blithe the fingers that gathered this today. Okay, that one hits. That hits. That's rough. Number 34. Garlands for queens may be, laurels for red decree of soul or sword. But remembering me, but remembering thee, nature and chivalry, nature and charity, nature and equity, the rose ordained. Number 35. Nobody knows this little rose, it might a pilgrim be. Did I not take it from the ways and lift it up to thee? Only a bee will miss it, only a butterfly, hastening from far journey, on its breast to lie. Only a bird will wonder, only a breeze will sigh. Ah, little rose, how easy for such as thee to die. Getting a little rough in there, Emily. 36. Snowflakes. I counted till they danced so, their slippers leaped the town, and then I took a pencil to note the rebels down. And then they grew so jolly, I did resign the prig, and 10 of my once stately toes are marshalled for a jig. That's almost like, okay, none of these poems have titles. This one looks like it has a title. Oh, okay, I'm showing you the wrong, it's like hard to see what I'm showing you with the thing. Oh yeah, see? It just says, ooh, snowflakes. Snowflakes. Maybe she just wanted to title that one, or maybe that's just like part of the poem. It's hard to tell. Okay, 37. Before the ice is in the pools, before the skaters go, or any cheek at nightfall is tarnished by the snow, before the fields have finished, before the Christmas tree, wonder upon wonder will arrive to me. What we touch the hems of on a summer's day, what is only walking just a bridge away, that which sings so, speaks so, when there's no one here, will the frock I wept in answer me to wear. 38. By such and such an offering to Mr. So-and-so, the web of life woven, so martyrs' albums show. 39. It did not surprise me, so I said or thought, She will stir her pinions, and the nest forgot. Traverse broader forests, build in gayer boughs, breathe an ear more modern, God's old-fashioned vows. This was but a birdling. What, and if it be, one within my bosom has departed me? This was but a story. What, and if indeed, there were just such coffin in the heart instead. See, that one, I don't know that I get it, but, like, it still hits, even though I'm not even sure what happened in there. Okay. Number 40. When I count the seeds that are sown beneath to bloom so by and by, when I con the people lain so low to be received as high, when I believe the garden mortal shall not see, pick by faith its blossom and avoid its bee, I can spare this summer unreluctantly. 41. I robbed the woods, the trusting woods, the unsuspecting trees, brought out their burrs and mosses, my fantasy to please. I scanned their trinkets, curious, I grasped, I bore away. What will the solemn hemlock, what will the oak tree say? Okay, I know that I haven't read up to this point. Like, we are past where I was before, because I would have remembered this next one. So this is 42. A day! Help! Help! Another day! Your prayers, O passer-by, for such a common ball as this might date a victory. From marshallings as simple the flags of nations swang. Steady, my soul, what issues upon thine arrow hang? Just a day. Help. Help. Another day. Like, oh, big mood. I don't know if you can even see these. That's rough. Okay. 43. Could live, did live. Could die, did die. Could smile upon the whole, through faith in one he met not, to introduce his soul. Could go from scene familiar to an untraversed spot. Could contemplate the journey with unpuzzled heart. Such trust had one among us not today. We who saw the launching never sailed the bay. 44. If she had been the mistletoe and I had been the rose, how gay upon your table my velvet life to close. Since I am of the druid and she is of the dew, I'll deck tradition's buttonhole and send the rose to you. How gay, as she says. How gay. 45. There's something quieter than sleep within this inner room. It wears a spring upon its breast, and will not tell its name. Some touch it, and some kiss it, some chafe its idle hand. It has a simple gravity I do not understand. I would not weep if I were they. How rude in one to sob, might scare the quiet fairy back to her native wood. With simple-hearted neighbors, chat of the early dead, we, prone to peripharsis, remark that birds have fled. Oh, my leg's falling asleep. Okay. I'm telling you, this setup is not great. Also, I keep, like, moving around my mic, and I'm sure that is good auditorially. And now I'm worried that, like, my face is gonna be not great. Okay. Number 46. I keep my pledge. I was not called. Death did not notice me. I bring my rose. I plight again by ever-sainted bee. By daisy called from hillside. By bobolink from lane. Blossom and I, her oath and mine, will surely come again. 47. I know this one. I did this one in school. Heart, we won't forget him. You and I, tonight. You may forget the warmth he gave. I will forget the light. When you have done, pray tell me, that I may straight begin. Haste, lest while you're lagging, I may remember him. I know that one. Sorry, I'm just like, I'm having like a flashback. Emily Dickinson is delightful, okay? I don't know if you guys are getting that from this, but she is. Okay, Number 48. Once more my now bewildered dove bestirs her puzzled wings. Once more her mistress on the deep her troubled question flings. Thrice to the floating casement the patriarch's bird returned. Courage, my brave Columbia, there may yet be land. 49. I never lost as much but twice, and that was in the sod. Twice have I stood a beggar before the door of God. Angels, twice descending, reimbursed my store. Burglar, banker, father, I am poor once more. Number 50. I haven't told my garden yet, lest that should conquer me. I haven't quite the strength now to break it to the bee. I will not name it in the street, for shops would stare at me. That one so shy, so ignorant, should have the face to die. The hillsides must not know it, where I have rambled so, nor tell the loving forest the day that I shall go. Nor lisp it at the table, nor heedless by the way, hint that within the riddle one will walk today. 51. I often passed the village when going home from school, and wondered what they did there and why it was so still. I did not know the year then, in which my call would come, earlier by the dial than the rest have gone. It's stiller than the sundown, it's cooler than the dawn. The daisies dare to come here, the birds can flutter down. So when you are tired or perplexed or cold, trust a loving promise underneath the mold. Cry, it's I, take Dolly, and I will enfold. 52. Whether my bark went down at sea, whether she met with gales, whether to isles enchanted she bent her docile sails, by what mystic mooring she is held today, this is the errand of the eye out upon the bay. Number 53. Taken from men this morning, carried by men today, met by the gods with banners who marshaled her away. One little maid from playmates, one little mind from school. There must be guests in Eden, all the rooms are full. Far as the east from even, dim as the border star, couriers quaint in kingdoms our departed are. I love it when she uses the word gurgle. It's good. Good stuff. I was reading ahead. Sorry. Number 54. If I should die and you should live, and time should gurgle on, and morn should beam and noon should burn, and as it has usual done, if birds should build as early and bees as bustling go, one might depart an option from enterprise below. 'Tis sweet to know that stocks will stand when we with daisies lie, that commerce will continue when trades as briskly fly. It makes the parting tranquil and keeps the soul serene, that gentlemen so sprightly conduct the pleasing scene. I don't know if I find it comforting that capitalism moves on when I'm dead, but I mean, whatever helps. Like, I get it. Is it good? It's good. It's good. It's good. I'm just judging her just a little bit. I mean, I guess the aesthetic of Little Businessman can be cute. Okay. Number 55. By chivalries is tiny a blossom or a book. The seeds of smiles are planted, which blossom in the dark. Number 56. If I should cease to bring a rose upon the festal day, upon a festal day, 'twill be because beyond the rose I have been called away. If I should cease to take the names my buds commemorate, 'twill be because death's finger claps my murmuring lip. Death claps. Okay, sorry. I just processed that it's kind of like those Tumblr posts that are like, if I don't reblog this, assume I'm dead. That's Emily Dickinson, but she's like, if I didn't bring a rose, I'm dead. Apparently she really likes roses. That's valid. Okay. Number 57. To venerate the simple days which lead the seasons by, needs but to remember that from your eye they may take the trifle termed mortality. Sorry, I have to think about that one. That's... To venerate the simple days which lead the seasons by, needs but to remember that from you or I they may take the trifle termed mortality. Yeah. The little days are powerful because it's one day closer to death. Which is how I feel all the time. So I relate. But she seems a little more positive about it. I don't know. 58. Delayed till she had ceased to know, delayed till in its vest of snow her loving bosom lay. An hour behind the fleeting breath, later by just an hour than death, O lagging yesterday. Could she have guessed that it would be, could but a crier of the joy have climbed the distant hill, had not the bliss so slow a pace, who knows but this surrendered face were undefeated still? Oh, if there may, departing be, any forgot by victory in her imperial round, show them this meek apparelled thing, that could not stop to be a king, doubtful if it be crowned. The rhythm of that one was weird for me. I think that's why I had so much trouble. Okay, 59. A little east of Jordan, evangelists record, a gymnast and an angel did wrestle long and hard. They sure did. They sure did wrestle long and hard. Thank you, Emily. Let's start over. A little east of Jordan, evangelists record, a gymnast and an angel did wrestle long and hard. Till morning touching mountain, and Jacob waxing strong, the angel begged permission to breakfast, to return. Not so, said cunning Jacob, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me, stranger, to which acceded too. Light swung the silver fleeces, Peniel hills beyond, and the bewildered gymnast found he had worsted God. That's so good. I've always liked the part in the Bible where Jacob just wrestles God. he just throws hands with God or an angel. It's very unclear. Okay, number 60. Like her the saints retire in their chapeau of fire, marital is she. Like her the evening steal, purple and conceal after the day. Departed, both, they say, i.e. gathered away, not found. Argues the aster still, reasons the daffodil profound. 61. Papa above, regard a mouse, or powered by the cat. Reserve within thy kingdom a mansion for the rat. Snug in seraphic cupboards, to nibble all the day, while unsuspecting cycles wheel solemnly away. Rats should have mansions. I agree. Number 62. Sown in dishonor. Ah, indeed. May this dishonor be? If I were half so fine myself, I'd notice nobody. Sown in corruption, not so fast. Apostle is askew. Corinthians 1:15 narrates a circumstance or two. Do we need to look up Corinthians 1:15? Give me a sec. What's she talking about? I didn't know there was going to be Bible in this. Anyways, Corinthians, that's Paul talking to some people, roasting church. Oh boy, I can't read this. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh boy, my parents' pastor does this one all the time. This is the one that's like, if Christ didn't rise from the dead, then we believe in vain. But he did, and so we're right. At least I'm pretty sure that's what's going on here. So Emily is super into the Christ, is what we've found out today. A circumstance or two. She's so funny. Okay, number 63. If pain for peace prepares, lo, what Augustan years our feet await? If spring from winter rise, can the anemones be reckoned upon? If night stands first, then noon, to gird us for the sun, what gaze? When from 1,000 skies on our developed eyes noons blaze. 64. Some rainbow coming from the fair, some vision from the world Kashmir, I confidently see. Oh, excuse me. Oh, that's embarrassing. Or else a peacock's purple train, feather by feather on the plain, fritters itself away. The dreamy butterflies bestir, lethargic pools resume the whir of last year's sundered tune. From some old fortress on the sun, baronial bees march one by one in murmuring platoon. The robins stand as thick today as flakes of snow stood yesterday on fence and roof and twig. The orchis bind her feather on. Orchis? The orchis binds her feather on. For her old lover donned the sun revisiting the bog. Without commander, countless still, the regiments of wood and hill in bright detachment stand. Behold, whose multitudes are these, the children of whose turbid seas? Our wet Circassian land. There was a lot going on in that. I don't know. Okay. Number 65. I can't tell you, but you feel it, nor can you tell me. Saints with ravished slate and pencil solve our April day. Sweeter than a vanished frolic from a vanished green, swifter than the hoofs of horsemen round a ledge of dream. Modest, let us walk among it with our faces veiled, as they say polite archangels do in meeting God. Not for me to prate about, not for you to say, to some fashionable lady, charming April day. Rather heaven's Peter Parley, by which children slow to sublimer recitation are prepared to go. Number 66. So from the mold, scarlet and gold, many a bulb will rise, hidden away cunningly from sagacious eyes. So from cocoon many a worm leaps so highland gay. Peasants like me, peasants like thee, gaze perplexedly. We are in 1859 now. I don't know when that happened. From 59. Oh, so she got into religion. That's the one about Jacob wrestling God. So that's the first religious one, and it's the first one of the new year. How exciting. Here's 67. Success is counted sweetest by those who ne'er succeed. To comprehend a nectar requires sorest need. Not one of all the purple host who took the flag today can tell the definition so clear of victory, as he defeated dying, on whose forbidden ear the distant strains of triumph burst agonized and clear. That one hits. That one hurts a little bit. Okay. Number 68. Ambition cannot find him. Affection doesn't know how many leagues of nowhere lie between them now. Yesterday undistinguished, eminent today, for our mutual honor, immortality. Number 69. Lo, at my problem bending, another problem comes, larger than mine, serener, involving statelier sums. I check my busy pencil, my figures file away, wherefore my baffled fingers the perplexity. And number 70. Arcturus is his other name. I'd rather call him Star. It's very mean of science to go and interfere. I slew a worm the other day. A savant passing by murmured, resurgram, centipede. Oh Lord, how frail are we! I pull a flower from the woods, a monster with a glass, computes in stamens in a breath, and has her in a class. Whereas I took the butterfly aforetime in my hat, he sits erect in cabinets, the clover bells forgot. What once was heaven is zenith now, where I propose to go. When time's brief masquerade was done is mapped and charted too. What if the poles should frisk about and stand upon their heads? I hope I'm ready for the worst, whatever prank betides. Perhaps the kingdom of heaven's changed. I hope the children there won't be new-fashioned when I come and laugh at me and stare. I hope the Father in the skies will lift his little girl, old-fashioned, naughty, everything, over the stile of pearl. That's cute. Like a little sad. Like, I like that one. She's worried about being old-fashioned, but, like, also really judgmental. How very mean of science. She's like, you're not appreciating my flowers right if you're looking at the stamens in your microscopes. Okay. Number 75. She died at play, gambled away her lease of spotted hours, then sank as gaily as a Turk upon a couch of flowers. Her ghost strolled softly o'er the hill, yesterday and today, her vestments as the silver fleece, her countenance as spray. 76. Exultation is the going of an inland soul to sea, past the houses, past the headlands, into deep eternity. Bred as we among the mountains, can the sailor understood the divine intoxication of the first league out from land. Number 77. I never hear the word escape without a quicker blood, a sudden expectation, a flying attitude. I never heard of prisons broad, by soldiers battered down, but I tug childish at my bars, only to fail again. Number 78. A poor, torn heart, a tattered heart that sat it down to rest, nor noticed that its ebbing day flowed silver to the west, nor noticed night did soft ascend, nor constellation burn, attent upon the vision of latitudes unknown. The angels, happening that way, this dusty heart despised, tenderly took it up from toil and carried it to God. Their sandals for the barefoot, they're gathered from the gales, do the blue heavens by the hand lead the wandering sails. Go to heaven, I don't know when, pray do not ask me how. Indeed, I'm too astonished to think of answering you. Going to heaven, how dim it sounds, and yet it will be done, as sure as flocks go home at night, upon the shepherd's arm. Perhaps you're going too, who knows, if you should get there first, save just a little space for me, close to the two I lost. The smallest robe will fit me, and just a bit of crown, for you know we do not mind our dress when we are going home. I'm glad I don't believe it, for it would stop my breath, and I'd like to look a little more at such a curious earth. I'm glad they did believe it, whom I have never found, since the mighty autumn afternoon I left them in the ground. Is she religious? Now I can't tell. That one was really interesting. I might have to come back to that one. That's number 70. Oh, wait. Oh, that was two different ones. Oh, dang it. Sometimes there was two different poems. So number 79 starts with going to heaven. So that's what that one's about. Okay. Number 79. I liked it. Okay. Number 80. Our lives are Swiss, so still so cool, till some odd afternoon the Alps neglect their curtains, and we look farther on. Italy stands the other side, while like a guard between, the solemn Alps, the siren Alps, forever intervene. Number 81. We should not mind so small a flower, except it quiet bring our little garden that we lost back to the lawn again. So spicy her carnations nod, so drunken reel her bees, so silver steal 100 flutes from out 100 trees, that whoso sees this little flower by faith may clear behold the bobolinks around the throne and dandelions gold. What's a bobolink? I have to assume it's a kind of flower from, like, context. Bobolink, though. That's like the third time that's come up. 82. Whose cheek is this? What rosy face has lost a blush today? I found her Pleiad in the woods and bore her safe away. Robins in the tradition did cover such with leaves, but which the cheek, and which the paw, my scrutiny deceives. Number 83. Heart, not so heavy as mine, wending late home, as it passed my window, whistled itself a tune, a careless snatch, a ballad, a ditty of the street, yet to my irritated ear an anodyne so sweet. It was as if a bobolink, sauntering this way, caroled and paused and caroled, then bubbled slow away. It was as if a chirping brook, upon a dusty way, set bleeding feet to minutes, without the knowing why. Tomorrow night will come again, perhaps weary and sore. Ah, bugle, by my window, I pray you pass once more. Oh, I think I know this next one. Number 84. Her breast is fit for pearls, but I was not a diver. Her brow is fit for thorns, but I have not a crest. Her heart is fit for home. I, a sparrow, build there, sweet of twigs and twine, my perennial nest. Ooh. Oh. Oh, it's very nice. I don't have anything to offer her, but she offered me a home. I live in her heart. Oh, okay, that's good. Okay, sorry, moving on. Number 85. They have not chosen me, he said, but I have chosen them. Brave, broken-hearted statement uttered in Bethlehem. I could not have told it, but since Jesus dared, sovereign, know a daisy, thy dishonor shared. Number 86. South winds jostle them, bumblebees come, hover, hesitate, drink, and are gone. Butterflies pause on their passage cashmere. I, softly plucking, present them here. 87. A darting fear, a pomp, a terror, a waking on the morn, to find that what one waked for inhales the different dawn. 88. As by the dead we love to sit, become so wondrous dear, as for the lost we grapple, though all the rest are here. In broken mathematics we estimate our prize, vast in its fading ratio to our penurious eyes. 89. Some things that fly there be, birds, ours, the bumblebee, of these no elegy. Some things that stay there be, grief, hills, eternity, nor this behoveth me. There are that resting rise. Can I expound the skies? How still the riddle lies. Number 90. Within my reach I could have touched, I might have chanced that way. Soft sauntered through the village, sauntered as soft away. So unsuspected violets within the meadows go, too late for striving fingers that passed an hour ago. 91. So bashful when I spied her, so pretty, so ashamed, so hidden in her leaflets lest anybody find, so breathless till I passed her, so helpless when I turned, and bore her struggling, blushing, her simple haunts beyond. For whom I robbed the dingle, for whom betrayed the dell, many will doubtless ask me, but I shall never tell. Okay. Oh, getting a little saucy. Okay, number 92. My friend must be a bird because it flies. Mortal my friend must be because it dies. Barbs has it like a bee. Ah, curious friend, thou puzzlest me. Number 93. Oh, sorry. Went up a year this evening, I recollect it well. Amid no bells nor bravos, the bystanders will tell. Cheerful as to the village, tranquil as to repose, chastened as to the chapel, this humble tourist rose. Did not talk of returning, alluded to no time. When were the gales propitious, we might look for him. Was grateful for the roses in life's diverse bouquet, talked softly of new spices to pick another day. Beguiling thus the wondrous nearer drew. Hands bustled at the moorings, the crowd respectful grew. Ascended from our vision to countenances new, a difference, a daisy, is all the rest I knew. Number 94. Angels in the early morning may be seen the dews among, stooping, plucking, smiling, flying, to the buds to them belong. Angels, when the sun is hottest, may be seen the sands among, stooping, plucking, sighing, flying, parched the flowers they bear along. 95. My nosegays are for captives, dim, long expectant eyes, fingers denied the plucking, patient till paradise. To such, if they should whisper of morning and the moor, they bear no other errand, and I no other prayer. The word moor always makes me think of the Secret Garden. That's the only, place where I have ever really heard of a moor, As not a landscape that I normally encounter in my day-to-day life. I don't even rightly know what a moor is. I just know that it's really windy, and the wind withers. Anyways. 96. Sexton, my master's sleeping here. Pray lead me to his bed. I came to build the bird's nest and sow the early seed, that when the snow creeps slowly from off his chamber door, daisies point the way there, and the troubadour. Number 97. The rainbow never tells me that gust and storm are by, yet she is most convincing than philosophy. She is more convincing than philosophy. My flowers turn from the... Okay, let's start this one over. Okay. The rainbow never tells me that gust and storm are by, yet she is more convincing than philosophy. My flowers turn from forums, yet eloquent declare what Cato couldn't prove me, except the birds were there. 98. One dignity delays for all one mitred afternoon. None can avoid this purple, none can evade this crown. Coach it ensures and footman, chamber and state and throng, bells also in the village as we ride grand along. What dignified attendance, what service when we pause, how loyally at parting their 100 hats they raise, how pomp surpassing ermine, when simple you and I present our meek escutcheon and claim the rank to die. 99. New feet within my garden go, new fingers stir the sod. A troubadour upon the elm betrays the solitude. New children play upon the green, new weary sleep below, and still the pensive spring returns, and still the punctual snow. And last one for tonight. Let's do number 100. A science, so the savants say, comparative anatomy, by which a single bone is made a secret to unfold, of some rare tenet of the mould else perished in the stone. So to the eye perspective led, this meekest flower of the mead, upon a winter's day, stands representative in gold, of rose and lily manifold, and countless butterfly. All right, that is 100 Emily Dickinson poems. I have been doing this for a little bit here. Pretty fun, pretty good time. We have a long way to go. We've done this much of this book, so that's fun. And I had fun, even though nobody's here. So my throat is going to be so sore tomorrow at work. I have to work still. I'm essential, so that's fun. Whew. Money's good. I can't say that I enjoy it much, though. Let's hope my boss never watches my Emily Dickinson stream. I don't know if I have anything else to say. If you somehow end up watching this and you don't, know me personally or something, I'm Raye on Twitter, I think. I'm at Hey Raye. Hey Raye. On Twitter. I'm gonna keep doing this, so look forward to it. And thanks. Bye.